Welcome back to Seconds Out. My name is Eamon Khan, here with the former British light heavyweight champion and world title challenger, now enjoying his retirement, Callum Johnson. Callum, sir, how are you doing?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. I'm enjoying retirement too much.
Well, Callum, I see you looking really well. You look like you've put on quite a lot of muscle. What are you weighing right now?
Do you know what? I haven't really got a clue what I'm weighing, but I dare say I'm up like 15, 16 stone.
Mm.
3 stone of that's around my belly, though, to be honest. I look good in a t-shirt, not so good when I take it off.
Are you bodybuilding? Is that or just like going to the gym?
Nah,
That's
I'm
something you really like
just
doing?
basically what I'm doing. I'm just training. Like doing a lot of weights, but I'm doing like a bit of CrossFit and doing a bit of boxing and pretty much like I used to train really. But I've been eating so much food, um, far too much to be honest. But I think what's happened is, you're dragging your body down all them years and you're starving yourself nearly all them years. And then I've just kind of been eating. And it's just a wash. But like I say, I do look far better in a t-shirt than I do with the t-shirt off.
Well, Callum, that's a conversation, especially about kind of life after boxing that we can get into more. Me and you are planning, hopefully, to do the sit down in person, and we'll get into that at some point. But let's reflect on last weekend's action for now. Anthony Yarde put in a heroic effort against Artur Beterbiev, a former fighter that you faced, and he just fell short. How did you see it, Callum?
Yeah, I thought he'd done really well. I thought he made a good account of himself. I thought he put up a great fight. He caused Arthur trouble at times as well. But I do feel I never watched it live, so hearing about it, it was like, wow, he's done really well. Watching it back, they did do really well. But I always still felt that Arthur was always in control. And he does things so good that you kind of don't recognise. You'd like go for a little walk, he'd go for a walk to the left, walk to the right, and you're thinking Yard's got him under in a bit of pressure here, and then all of a sudden Yard finds himself up the ropes under a lot of firepower, and Berbiev's letting big combinations go. He's very clever. His boxing ability and his ring IQ is so underrated. It don't get talked about enough. Everyone talks about his power and his strength, and his toughness and everything he does, but his boxing ability is amazing.
Yeah, that's something that I wanted to pick up on. Like with yourself, everyone talks about it when it comes to Beterbiev fights, about the condition that you put him in. You dropped him and he was hurt in that fight, but he does so well to fight hurt as well, which fighters don't seem to do very well. I think Artur maybe is one of the best one who fights well when he's hurt. Is that what you feel he had to get through in the ring against Yard at the weekend too?
Not so much. If I'm honest, I don't feel like he was ever hurt against Yard.
Okay.
I don't feel like he was ever hurt, in my opinion. I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't. Watching that fight, I never saw any time where he was hurt. Maybe there was a couple of times when he took a few shots and he thought, "Hang about, I'm in a proper fight here." Definitely that happened. Um, where he was hurt, troubled. No, I didn't see that.
Do you see any signs of regression in Artur Beterbiev? He's 38 now. Fighters can't go on forever. It's like Golovkin. We've seen him as a menace, but he just kind of slowed overnight, and we saw that most recently against Canelo. But do you see those signs at all in Artur?
Um, it's hard to say, isn't it? It's hard to say because I don't want to. Um, I feel like Anthony Yarde fought out of his skin, fought up a great fight. Showed how good he is. So for me to say that Arthur's slowing would be a little bit disrespectful to both him and Yarde. To be honest, I think you can't really say that. I think you just got to appreciate how good he is, how well Yarde did, and just say he's a phenomenal fighter, even at 38.
Was it the right call on the stoppage there? Do you feel, Callum?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I see a few people moaning about it, but I see a lot more people, saying it was a good call. And again, I never watched it live, so I couldn't make the call at the time. But watching it, yeah, I think Yard was he was done. He was done. Yeah, he could have left it go on for what though? For Beterbiev just to finish him off and leave him on the canvas, not being able to get up. That was probably the outcome that was going to happen in the next 10, 20 seconds, 30 seconds max. So yeah, I feel Tunde done a good job there stopping the fight.
Do you, in your eyes, do you feel that Anthony is someone who is, should he continue, is capable of winning a world title at some point?
Yeah, of course, definitely. More than capable. I mean, like you say, he's had his chance against Kovalev. Yeah, Kovalev was an old, fading Kovalev, but at that time, I don't think he was ready. Now he's ready to win a world title, but when you're up against somebody as big, as strong, and as good as Artur Beterbiev, you know, it's like you've got a big ask, isn't it? You know, there's a reason why he's had 19 fights, 19 wins, and they're all by KO.
Hmm.
And there's a reason why he was pretty much unstoppable in the amateurs as well. So when you're facing somebody like that to win your world title, it's kind of you think, oh, it's a bit unlucky to be fair, but yeah, I mean, I'm sure he'll win a world title in the future. You know, when Art has gone, maybe he might move up to cruiserweight or when he retires. But for now, I think he's pretty much near on as unbeatable as you're getting. The only thing that's going to beat him is his age.
Hmm. Now, it's Arta's next fight, if it isn't Bivol, which we all want to see, is Callum Smith, who's recently moved to light heavyweight. Do you rate Callum Smith's chances higher potentially of beating Artur Beterbiev should that fight come about?
Yeah, Callum's very good at picking shots. His left hook, especially that catch counter left hook. Callum's got the potential to knock anybody out, Beterbiev included. So you got to give Callum a really good chance in that. But again, it's still a fight that you are up against it. I think somebody when he does get beat, I think it's going to be the fact of he has just aged just a little bit and he's just not quite at his best anymore because I don't think there's anybody out there possibly capable of beating him really when he's at his fully best. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying he's not unbeatable because he is. He is beatable, but it's just a big ask.
The fight we all want to see is Bivol versus Beterbiev. Do you think we do get that fight?
I'd like to think so. I'd like to think so. Like you say, if it doesn't happen kind of in the next, you kind of it's slipping away, isn't it? Because before you know it, Beterbiev is going to be 39, 39 and a half, 40. And if it starts happening at them kind of ages, you've really got to favour Bivol. Bivol's boxing ability, his movement, his skills are second to nobody, literally nobody. So Beterbiev's going to have the energy, the sharpness to get him out of there. Because to beat him on points is going to be a tall ask for him. And as you get older, like you say, you do lose it just a little bit. So hopefully it happens sooner rather than later.
Who do you pick?
It's an hard one. It's an hard one. I'd still go Beterbiev, I think, at the minute. Like you say, but it's not a pick that I'd be very, very confident on picking.
Now, Callum, when you were active, was you versus Anthony Yarde ever on the cards?
When I won the British title, I think it was offered to Anthony Yarde. But at that time, I don't think he was really ready for that kind of fight, to be honest. So it never happened. But then there was talks about it happening later on down this year, maybe. Like I say, it is what it is. It's gone now. There's no point talking about it. I'm retired, and I am where I am, and he's where he is.
Moving away from talk of light heavyweights, someone you know very well being Natasha Jonas. There's talk of her taking on Clarissa Shields. Good fight that in prospect. What's your rate of Natasha's chances against Clarissa?
Tasha's amazing. She's very, very good. I've seen her in the gym day in, day out, and we know how good Clarissa Shields is, and obviously she's got the size advantage. So again, that's a tall ask for Tash, but it's one that I genuinely think she's capable of doing. I don't think Tash should get. I mean, she's doing now. She's getting the credit she deserves now. But when you talk about pound for pound ladies, Tash is right up there. She really is right up there. You got Katie Taylor, Serrano, Clarissa Shields, and Tash is right up there with them names, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. And can I bring it back to you with my final question, and hopefully putting a little marker for when we sit down. Does a fight like what you saw at the weekend or the highlights that you saw maybe make you want to step back in the ring at all?
Yeah, it does. It does. If I said it didn't, I'm lying. I'd never make light heavyweight again, ever. I think that was partly one of the reasons that made me so unhappy with the sport. You know, having to try and drag myself down to that weight. I don't know. Maybe me and Yarde can have a fight at a catch weight.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows?
Yeah, go on.
Oh, you know, you never know, do you? If Yarde's up for a catch weight fight, you know, might drag me out of retirement.
Well, Callum, we'll leave that there for now. But yeah, hopefully me and you will be sitting down soon. We can go over everything in much more finer detail. Look forward to speaking to you soon. Enjoy your night tonight.
Nice one, mate. Thank you.